Yeah, Monday. Monday I took one trade here, and it had pretty good criteria, right? We had open print, and we had previous day high right up here, right? And basic sellers come in, buyers come in. We're getting the battle. We get buying here at the 50, and then we get a very nice push, right? So this is definitely my criteria right here. I really didn't like. This was like a quick fake out to the downside, so I was trying to play off that. Usually, when you see the sellers push into the 50 and below it, and then buyers reject, that's usually a very good sign for a long, or like a fake out reversal, right, or a bull 180 in this case. So I long the market right here, right around open print, and I couldn't get the full move I wanted. It looked like this, and I was like, oh man, this looks beautiful. Beautiful. Red bar ignored here. Trend looked great. I mean, trend looked really good. Um, and we were ripping up into PDH, and then we just rejected, and I got stomped out of the trade. And then price comes down, and I'm like, all right, I'll entertain a short play here if I get the criteria. And this is why our strategy is so damn good, because the RBI GBI entry will literally keep you from chasing some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, unless I get that RBI, or in this case to the downside, the GBI, I'm not going to enter this. And we fell below open print, so I would like to see at least a retest of open print. Even on the 2 minute, I'll take it, but there was no retest there. We just sunk through it, and then we came up, no RBI, GBI. And any time you get this really fast, violent move away from the 9 DEMA there, a pullback is it's really probable. So it felt really good not to chase this. I didn't like how quick we got away from the 9 there. And price sucked back into it. And then as of right here, I was like, oh man. I was like, all right, it is what it is. I had no entry on that. And then I just didn't like price action. I ended up walking away for the day. I actually got a question for you, Todd. I know you play a lot of bounces off moving averages. What do you look for when you're going to enter these? Do you look for the fib, maybe? Like what would have, because I know you take a lot of like moving average bounces here. Like maybe you would have hopped in off if this 50. I know you don't play the 5 minute 50 much, but say this was like a 2 minute 45. How would you look to play? Like which candle would you be entering off this bounce, if you would?
Well, that 5 minute candle you got right there,
Yeah.
that long wick to the bottom.
Yeah.
At in real time, that candle is all red
Yeah.
in real time, and then it starts to suck up and it starts to turn green. I call that a torpedo bar.
Yeah.
It's showing you, and on the 2 minute, it's a simple bull 180.
Yeah.
But on the 2 minute, I play a 200 SMA,
Yeah.
and a lot of times that'll hold support, which is basically the same thing. You can't beat 200.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on the 2 minute, that's just a straight up bull 180.
Yeah.
Entry above the red candle, stop below it.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a little wider stop, so
Right.
I'll go about a third up the candle,
Yeah.
and then that next big candle, I drag my stop to the bottom.
Yeah.
Get another big candle in the 2 minute, I drag my stop
Yeah.
to the bottom of that.
Just keep dragging it.
So, yeah,
Yeah. So you're saying, well, when this is red, it's selling off, starts sucking up, closes back there, entering once you pop the top. Yeah, because it's funny. I'll watch these happen, right? Like even right here, I'll watch these happen, and I'll be like, oh man, this thing's gonna rip. But I'll struggle. Like, look at this green bar right here off open print. That's ignored. Boom. And now when price is selling off so fast, now we're for price to come back into that GBI, you need a bull 180. because it's so far away. So when I see like this candle right here, this 1022, I'm like, oh man, this very high chance of a reversal. And I want to play these. You know what I mean? I'm playing around with some ways to play them. But then price will rip into the GBI, and look, there's no tail on the top of this candle, right? So this is bullish, right? Like,
That's strong.
yeah, this is very bullish. So I'm like, oh, here we go. She's gonna rally.
Yeah, especially on these 2 minute candles. When it closes at the top and that next candle opens a little bit above it
Yeah,
with
hot.
no retracement back to the other candle
Yeah,
hopefully,
yeah,
that's institutional buying.
yeah, yeah. That's just
That institution's the only ones that can create those bars.
yeah,
So you know you got some behind you, you know?
yeah, yeah. Someone's backing it.
Right.
Yeah, and that you can see right there too. This is open print, right? And there's just no one there, like no sellers there. I mean, a little bit, but yeah,
Is it risky? Yes. I mean,
right,
V bottoms are the hardest to catch.
yeah,
But once you see it so much, it's like,
yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah. Well, and that, and that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's like because when I'm watching this, Todd, I'm like, bro, this thing's gonna rally, and I got no move, right? And the thing is you do gotta move. You're just overcomplicating it, right? Like honestly, once we rip up into this green bar here that's ignored, if I don't see selling, that's a move in and of itself, right? This is what we call buying acceptance at open print, right? So like this is a move in and of itself right here, because there's no selling here. Just another way to determine who's taking control of the open. Um, yeah, this thing kept rallying. I couldn't wrap my head around. I couldn't really get a good entry. I mean, there was tons of them, but just in the live moment, I couldn't get it. So I ended up just walking away and calling it a day with one L there, and that's the beauty of it, bro. I used to try so hard to what is it like? Oh, I gotta end green today. Don't get me wrong, end in red, it definitely sucks. No one wants to end the day red. But like I've been trading so long now, I know it's the days that I can't accept a little bit of red that turn into a lot of red, right? So like when you just you take one L and you walk away and you just trust in the overall process of that you've developed, right? Like I had one of the best weeks all year, and it was literally off like three trades that were just all hitters. Like in the grand scheme of things, one little bit of red don't mean shit tomorrow, does it? I mean seriously, how many red trades have we take? Do we ever care about the red trade the next day?
never.
Hell no. I've never, bro. I've never given two dams about the red trade the next day, and I followed the process completely. I mean, look at that GBI off open print. You have to take that. If I don't take that, I'm a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't take that. I remember looking at it. I'm like, bro, it almost looks too perfect. I was like, but if I don't, I was like, if I don't take that shit, I'm a fraud. And I took it. I could have booked some of it, but it just looked too pretty. So that's all right. It was definitely a great trade. Took one L, walked away, which then leads me to the next day here. Let me open up this a little bit because there's a couple things I want to point out on Tuesday. Tuesday was very bearish, very bearish. We're opening below PDL, right? We got previous day low right here, um, and we're opening well below it. So now I'm just looking for criteria, right? We got open print right here. I had a pretty busy morning on Tuesday, but to make a long story short, I missed this short play. In all reality, I really didn't like it that much. Yeah, we had that fake out above the 50, but then sellers came in. We did have some downside targets here at 602.13, but I just didn't like any of it. I just remained patient, super patient. Price rips into PDL. We start to get a rejection, a little bit here, a little bit there. And then finally at 118, I take a short play. And I felt I'm so happy to be at this point because for the longest time, I'd get caught in forcing bullshit trades between the open, midday, oh, bounce here off open print, whatever it is, like just trying to force it. And in reality, I just stayed patient as all hell and I ended up shorting the market here on this candle, right? So, and once again, you gotta love. Look at we couldn't get one green bar ignored until this candle, right? So, like, if you just stuck to our strategy and said, "Hey, moving average cross, open print, GBI," and just waited on that, like not force nothing. If you just waited on that and you got in this, um, you would have you'd have been good, right? And that's what I just love right there. Caught a beautiful move here down to the lows. Once again, towards the end of the day, so premiums. I made 150% return on this trade. Um, just a banger, and I felt so damn good about it because I don't know if you guys remember. You guys been on the Discord for a while, but like I used to feel like I had to make trades. I had to call them out. I had to make a move. And then I realized I was hurting the team because I couldn't be patient, or I felt like, oh, calling out a trade is what I got to do. Like, no, dude. Like, look at some of the most successful traders. Motherfuckers trading 3 days out of the week. Like, they're not all taking 3-4 trades a day and they're all hitters. That's not the reality, right? Like it's really not. It's just not. I guess it depends what sort of trader you are, right? I'm not saying like you can't take plenty of trades, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that I've increased the criteria and just stay patient.
You filter out trades. You don't filter in
Yes,
trades.
yes, exactly. Well said. Like until I get a clean GBI or an RBI that I could put my stop above or below, there's no way I'm entering shit. Just plain and simple. And it pays. Dude, one trade all day, 150% return off open print. Once again, not giving two shits about the loss I took the day before by just following the strategy, right? Just follow the strategy. Next day here, Wednesday. This was a phenomenal trade. Once again, very simple. One thing I want to point out here is I was actually playing off previous day open print. SPX is going to show it a little bit different. So let me whip out SPX here and I'll show y'all. So we had this gap here too, right? So we have this level right here on SPX. Oh, all right. So we got previous day low, our previous day low here on SPX, and market looks something like this, right? We're opening below end of day, and then I'm watching this level, previous day open print, right? Once again, using them pint numbers. Um, get some fake selling here below the 50 EMA here on open print, and then price rallies above OP and above end of day. Now we're above previous day open print. So look at this chart here on the right. Um, Buyers are here. We're coming into previous day high. And I'm like, Josh, if you get a moving average cross, if you get a RBI off your critical level, like you have to take that, right? Don't be a fraud. Lead from the front, right? This is your strategy. This is what you preach, right? You've collected the data. Don't overthink it, right? Market looks something like this on SPY. So, RBI, I entered this long right here at 604.64. And I'm like, all right, man, stop below it, right? It's a 40-cent stop. Let's get it. And this thing just took off. It's a banger.
Beautiful entry.
Yo, bro. And look, like it's just like it's so crazy because like the old Josh would be like, bro, it's already moved so much. There's got to be a retracement, right? But all I asked myself was, we came up to the 50, we got selling. This green bar wiped out that bar. I'm in it because if seller, Yeah, if sellers were, yeah, exactly. If sellers were here, they would not have allowed that to happen. So I like that concept, right? Like if sellers were strong, they would not allow this candle to do this. It would have been a top and tail. It would have been something else. Instead, we blew the top of that. That's acceptance at the 50 EMA right there. Um, and then I was like, all right, SPX, if we hold that level, it only makes sense to target the 670 supply up here. And then look at, dude, this thing just ripped. Just 30 minutes of just green, healthy trend. Um, that was beautiful, man. That was a really good trade right there. Simple strategy, one and done. I hit that and I was like, oh yeah, it's FOMC. And then I kind of kicked myself because FOMC had a lot of opportunity here. Um, I mean, just riding trends. Bro, know what's crazy is look at how, right? This is just a very important point I want to make here. Look at this sell off. This is a $30 sell off on SPY, right? Yeah, 10. Oh, my bad, 20, right? Okay, $20 sell off. Look at the trend. Look at the moving average. Look at how it's hugging price. Anytime we get extended, a little bit right here, we get that pullback. But look at how healthy that move is. And the reason why I want to point this out is it doesn't matter how far or how much price sells off. All what matters is the relationship between price and the moving average. That's it. Like, that's it. Like, because the old Josh would be like, oh, like right here. I'd be like, oh man, we already sold off $20 or $10. There's no way it's gonna another 10's gonna happen. But now I'll go, well, Josh, what does the trend look like? Is it healthy? Meaning, is it hugging that moving average? And if so, I'll trade in that direction all day. I failed to do that Friday. I should have. But so like, because we all always think the reversal is going to happen, right? Oh, it's going to reverse. It's sold off $10. It's got to reverse. No, no, it doesn't. Right? Like follow that moving average and like play. Like look at that GBI right there. Green bar ignored. Boom. Using that moving average, like you can enter short on this. You can be like, dude, I'm shorting the market when it looks like this, bro. I'm going to get in short here, stop here. And like the old Josh be like, no, there's no way. It has to reverse. No, it does not. Like, stop predicting, start reacting. That was beautiful right there.
Yeah, even on the 2 minute, those GBIs, I mean, you wouldn't have got stopped out on none of them.
Yeah.
And it was flawless.
Yeah, just following that basic principle of the green bar ignored, green bar ignored, green bar ignored, right? Like, look at this. Like, even on this one right here, green bar, once it is ignored, bam, you get in. Let's talk about this one. Green bar ignored. So say this happened, and you're like, shit, I missed it. You draw a zone around it. And you go, if it comes back, and I see selling, I'll enter. So say it comes back and you see some selling. But say you still didn't get in, right? Say you're scared or worried or doubtful. Bam, this candle ignores it. You could have entered in right here with your stop here and still been okay. And then look, this candle comes up, retest this one. It's just a really good principle that until the GBI gets invalidated, she's just gonna sell, she's gonna keep selling. That was a really good move right there. Really good sell off. That was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. I caught none of it, but still very good. Thursday was a valid day. kind of hard. A lot of volatility following FOMC, but the strategy still applied. We fell down below open print, got the moving average cross. We came up. We tag. Um, Actually, I'll show you where I got in this. So when we ripped into, hold on, I'll show you guys why I entered this when I did. So if I pull up SBX in, where was it? Yeah, this day right here.
Oh yeah, Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday. Okay.
So SBX here, you're gonna see uh, open print was right here. SPX always paints just a much clearer picture than SPY for me. Um, so you're gonna see here, open print, price falls below it, boom, green bar ignored. At this point, I gotta enter. I have to. Like this is my strategy all the way, right? So green bar ignore. I'm actually in the market short around this 5 9 10 area, a little below it, because everything's aligning on SPY chart, right? Um, where is it? Right here. Let me see. Pull up SPY chart. We're getting the moving average. All my criteria is present. Like when I get a moving average cross on SPY, I'll whip out SPX and be like, okay, does it make sense? And I'm like, okay, in the market short, stop above it. Look at the pullback here on SPX. It did not break that GBI right there. Green bar ignored, comes up, tags it, comes down. I took profits on this trade right down here. But even like this looks like a small move. Even this little red bar right here was more than $2. This red bar has a range of $1.50, and then this has a range of $1, right? So massive, massive move. The volatility we've had lately is insane. It is insane.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Look like spies moving like the Qs.
Yeah. That's actually a really, yeah. You're right. I shorted that, and then I stayed super patient, and I ended up catching another snag on this. Same exact trade, damn near. I love. This is my favorite trade. Is this second trade right here? This is my favorite trade. Like this trade right here has the highest probability for me. I do extremely well in the afternoon trading like this, and it's very simple. You use the 50 EMA, you use a critical level, and you obviously use the GBI or RBI process. But look at this. Like price comes back up here into open print. Look at that, dude. And it rejects. And instead of chasing it, you go, all right, if the cloud switches, if I fall below the 50, and if I get a green bar ignored, I'll enter. Bro, green bar ignores right here. I'm in short here. 58958. Stop at 59013. This is crazy because even on this crazy volatile market, I only had to risk 60 cents. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you know you're being calculated. You're you know you're just trading your strategy. Um,
Sniper.
yeah, that was sniper. And it's crazy how nothing else makes sense. Like I always use this analogy with everybody I talk to. I go, would you get in your car tomorrow and drive on the wrong side of the road? Right? Say you had to get to work extremely quick. The left side of the road is wide open, but there's tons of traffic. You're not just going to go. I mean, you may pass one car, but you're not going to just commit to the left side of the road, right? The risk reward is not valid, right? Like it's dangerous. You're probably going to get pulled over. That'll cost you more. Like it doesn't make sense to you. Like it's crazy. The more I practice, the more we do these webinars, the more I review, like the less sense it makes for me to take or break my rules, my character, right? And like the high level summaries that we've been going over in the Discord and that we send out now, like just doing those, it helps me so much. Just burn into my brain what we should be doing. Days like Friday, it's kind of stressful because I didn't capture none of this. I captured none of this. It was just ripping. Dude, this day was very hard to commit to an entry. And maybe I was overthinking it. I probably was. And that's something I journaled about and talked to my journal about, and I'm working on. Right, I'm reflecting. I'm asking myself why I didn't long early in the morning. And this is the thing: you don't always need an answer. Just because I missed out on money, doesn't mean it was a bad move. Because I mean, you guys seen it. We ended up capturing a 300% ROI in the last hour of the day. So like, does it? Like, we tell ourselves this bullshit lie, bro. We literally tell ourselves, oh, I'm not as good, and I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not as good as a trader if I miss this. Why? If you can capture a 300, hold on, what was it? Just yeah, a 305% ROI on these two red candles. Like, look, bro, 10 minutes. So like, if you miss something, don't let it beat you up. And dude, it crushes me because like, we tell ourselves this bullshit that it actually, oh man, I missed the whole morning. Oh, other people made money. Bro, none of that shit matters. None of it. If you don't like the price action, yeah, you may be able to make money. But if you're not going to compromise your principles or your process because of it, then honestly, I have more respect for you. Because anybody can throw on a trade. Not saying if you made money in the morning, you did this, right? I was just saying, like, how many times have you missed a move and you just hopped in some shit hoping to make some money, and then you make a little bit of money, and then you program your mind and your paradigm gets all shifted for the next time, and then next time you try to do the same thing, and then you actually lose your ass, right? Like, that used to be one of my biggest issues. So yeah, I caught nothing in the morning. There was definitely some good opportunity there. I just couldn't get my hands around it. Went for a short play right here, and then had to go get my daughter from school. And then just basic, right, Todd? Market looks like this. Green bar, right? Gets ignored. So when I see this, I go, all right, that's weakness. That's weakness. I was like, if I smell a bit of some sellers here at the 50 EMA, I'll enter short. And once again, later in the day, SPX contracts, right? They're cheap. Even with all this volatility, I was able to buy this contract for $480 right here, right? We got the GBI, the GBI, and then buyers came in. And I'm like, oh shit, maybe they're here. But then once those buyers couldn't clear the top of that, that tells me everything. I was like, all right, I've seen some selling. We closed red, enter short, stop right above it. Risked about 220, 240 on this trade to make it's like 1,500. Just massive move. Like,
what candle time is it?
The 15:26. So this is the 3:26 candle, bro. 30 minutes before the close. 30 minutes. Like, bro, trading 0-day SPX contracts. I bought the 940. Like, you kind of got to be a little retarded to do it, But what some call retarded, I call a genius, because like, when you understand that this has such a high probability of going in your favor, and like I was saying, if price doesn't hit this level, they expire worthless. But I don't need it to hit the level. I just need it to head in that direction in the next 10 minutes. And if that happens, I quadruple my money. So like, once again, not overthinking it, using 0-day options as a tool to go, okay, I literally only have to risk $200 here to make a potential $2,000. And I didn't get the fill I wanted on the sell, but it was still phenomenal move. And
when it took the bottom of that green out,
yes. Well, and that's how it, like, and what's that telling us? These buyers just got liquidated. Bam.
Yeah, that's the power of the GBI RBI.
Yes.